JOVI, le rappeur camerounais qui gagne le plus d'argent grâce au streaming et aux ventes de ses albums. JOVI, surnommé le monstre, est considéré comme l'un des meilleurs rappeurs pour plusieurs raisons. Il est pionnier du genre moko, un mélange de rap, de musique traditionnelle camerounaise et de pidgin. Son style unique, ses paroles percutantes qui abordent des réalités sociales et culturelles, ainsi que sa maîtrise technique du rap, lui ont valu une large reconnaissance. De plus, il a contribué à l'essor de la scène musicale camerounaise en tant que producteur et influenceur, solidifiant ainsi sa position de leader dans l'industrie. JOVI est actuellement en tournée internationale, mettant en lumière son influence croissante sur la scène musicale mondiale. Sa tournée, intitulée Mokovasion, le conduit à travers plusieurs grandes villes du Royaume-Uni, notamment Manchester, Birmingham et Londres. Ce moment marque une étape importante dans sa carrière, alors qu'il continue d'élargir sa portée au-delà du Cameroun. Chaque ville accueillera des performances dynamiques, apportant son mélange unique de hip-hop et de son traditionnel camerounais à de nouveaux publics. Étant reproché souvent de faire du bon rap, mais n'ayant aucun retour conséquent financièrement, JOVI a profité de sa tournée pour éclaircir certains propos à ces personnes. Il dit, ne pas confondre les fans et les abonnés, j'ai les meilleurs fans du monde. La plupart des artistes abandonnent des chansons et achètent des vues pour bien paraître afin de pouvoir tromper les promoteurs en leur faisant croire qu'elles sont chaudes. Ils ont besoin que les promoteurs les appellent pour des spectacles. Ils ont besoin de ce schéma pour fonctionner, mais pendant combien de temps allez-vous faire cela? C'est une stratégie à court terme. Même vos fans ne peuvent pas soutenir votre produit car la qualité n'est pas bonne. Vous brûlez la bougie par les deux bouts en pariant sur ce stratagème. Premièrement, vous ne pouvez pas récupérer votre argent grâce au stream, car les faux streams ne rapportent pas d'argent. Un DSP peut retirer votre musique d'une plateforme si l'achat de vues est trop important. Je vends ma musique, je vends des produits dérivés, même ma fanbase, le Moko Gang, vend plus de produits que tous les artistes camerounais réunis. Je gagne de l'argent en concert séparément, je ferais plus si j'étais signé sur un grand label de disques ou une grande société de distribution. La qualité est là. J'ai fait tout cela sans jamais quitter le pays, sans aucun sponsor. Juste moi, l'équipe et les fans. Ne pas confondre les fans et les abonnés. J'ai sorti à surprise épée, Vendetta VOL1, le VOL2 est encore mieux. J'ai demandé à mes fans de payer et si elles veulent. La photo A est ce que j'ai fait sur Van.K, la photo B est ce que j'ai fait sur JOVI. Cet argent est très silencieux, il ne fait pas de bruit car il est réel. Après ces propos, nous pouvons affirmer avec certitude que JOVI le monstre est réellement le king, le roi du mouvement RAP au Cameroun. Si vous avez apprécié cette vidéo, donnez-nous la force en vous abonnant et en partageant pour toucher plus de monde. Merci et à bientôt pour une nouvelle vidéo.
I did not know that all the kids that will come tomorrow will be like me. Like,
okay.
Yeah, because pretty much kids nowadays, they make beats, they dance, they do TikTok, and then they also go and do the promo, and then they have their own record labels. They upload it on streaming platforms, and you know, it's like too much for us that come from that generation. But yeah, it's pretty much the status quo now, the template now. Most kids are able to do so many things. They know how to promote their music, they know how to make their beats, they also know how to sing, they know how to write, they know how to promote.
Yeah.
You know, so that was pretty much what was coming, and I did not notice it. And now we're here. You actually have to be like that to make it in these streets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, JOVI, since Mboko God, well, Mboko is a trend in Cameroon. Tell us what it is. And since you are the creator of this concept.
Yeah. Well, Mboko, there is an artist in Cameroon called RAPPEURS.
RAPPEURS.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's like one of the biggest inspiration, one of my biggest inspirations.
All right.
That yeah, because coming from my time, a lot of artists, you know, will inspire you. But what inspired me from RAPPEURS is his capacity to speak like somebody from like the lowest parts of society.
Okay.
Get people from there to relate.
Yes, sir.
with the language and how he used to talk.
Yes, sir.
Because Lapiro is from the French side of Cameroon.
Okay, okay.
You know, he's not from the English side. So what inspired me was that Lapiro, being from the French side, was speaking more in pidgin in his songs.
Yes. Okay.
You know, from the French side. It's not like us, the English side, we already know pidgin.
All right.
You know, like we speak in pidgin even better than Lapiro. Like Lapiro doesn't speak pidgin like us. We speak pidgin like, but a French guy communicating but with that language,
Yes.
it has to put a thing in your head that, hey, this language is not actually a French or an English language. It's actually a hybrid. You know? It's actually a hybrid. So that was one of the inspirations that I had, which was like the biggest turning point for me, because it's it that gave me the courage. Yes, because I'll say, well, musically, you know, Lapiro was not like, it's not the greatest Cameroonian musician, but because Cameroon has a lot of great musicians, but Lapiro actually represented one raw, you know, it's not like he went to school of music. It's one raw thing that people that are in the neighborhoods just feel when he starts speaking, you know.
Yes.
So Lapiro had that thing, and that's what inspired me. I was like, wow, this is how we should talk, because we already speak like this, but like, how do we convince people that speak French to know that this is also part of Cameroon? You know, so I'll be like, yeah, you see Lapiro, he talks like us.
So he was a reference.
He was a reference, and not just like a reference, he's like a torch bearer. Because, because the way he did it, the swag that he had, you know, it was actually a reflection of this part of society. And then now, I come along. So when I come along, having my ideas and how I look at music, I'm like, okay, how am I going to, like, you know, describe this concept or this type of thing? So I started using the quarter concept.
Quarter.
Yes, like, oh, le quarter, le quart.
Okay.
The quarter, le quartier,
The
quarter, the neighborhood,
streets.
yeah, the ends.
The ends. Ooh.
The ends.
Okay, Jovi. Okay. Give it.
Yeah, so I started calling my music quarter music. That was the concept, because it's like, okay, what Lapiro used to say, the type of things he used to talk about, it was like people from the quarter, exactly what people from the quarter they are talking about, you know, those type of things, the same type of things. So, yeah, I started calling the music quarter music. And then a lot of people were inspired by it, but, and I paid homage to Lapiro in my first album and stuff. So a lot of people were inspired by it, but we live more like in a more culture vulture era, where people don't give credit.
Yes, sir.
They come into your stuff and spend more energy on trying to tell you that you did not create it.
All right.
As opposed to claiming that they created it or not.
Right.
You know, so they come in not talking about you, they come in talking about me. You know, like, oh, you did not create this and stuff.
Yeah.
So I listened to, and all of a sudden, everybody had, like, you know, something to say about Quarter. All of a sudden, after I dropped my Done for Quart song, there were other songs that were coming out and using the reference Quarter and stuff. It was like, oh, that's the part. So I was like, I see what's going on here. You know, because in other countries, people, intellectual property is protected.
Yes, sir.
You could tell who started what, and you could tell who is following. It's not like in our country. Our country is like a jungle. Like, I can take your shit and not tell people that I took your shit, and it will just be fine. And people would normally just say, oh yeah, but you guys are doing it together now. It's not good that you guys are together. But that's not the point. The point is not that we are together or we are separate.
Yes, sir.
The point is who started what.
The trend.
Who?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not actually a trend.
Okay.
It's not a trend. It's not even a philosophy. it's actually a way of life.
Way of life.
Yeah, because Mboko is a way of life. When I'm approaching a song with that mindset or that mind frame, you could tell. You could tell it's different from like regular music, you know, because people that are from that type of background relate immediately. Yeah.
Okay.
So Mboko, I would say, is a style I created in music. And then also, I was able to take a lot of things in my environment and infuse in it. So I started calling my music Mboko from my first album, HIV. But I fully embraced it when I was doing my second album called Mboko God.
That's where business started.
That's where business started. And, you know, a lot of people don't know pretty much everything that is on earth existed before. Yeah, it's not like you're coming to create something.
Yes, sir.
So, with history, I was able to tell, okay, yeah, this concept is my concept. You know, it's like every civilization, you know, or every form of knowledge, higher knowledge.
Yeah.
It starts with some acknowledgement of a higher superior being.
Yes, sir.
Like the higher superior being is a starting point of getting to understand where we come from and where we are going to.
Okay.
So in religion, this superior being is called God.
Yes, sir.
Some people call it universal energy, whatever.
Yeah.
Eh? But in religion, like as a Christian, this being is called God. So if something takes an origin when the thing acknowledges the presence of its God. So I call the album Mboko God because the album is, for me, I looked at it like this is the God of Mboko that I'm creating. I'm creating this project called Mboko God. And with this project, I'm going to like establish this new way of thinking and this new way of stuff. So yeah, that's the short story. The story is not short though, but I mean, it's just, it depends on what you want to know.
Yes, sir.
Why this was this, and I'm ready to answer everything. Yeah.
Okay. So, on the scale of 0 to 10,
Yeah.
what impact does the Mboko movement has in Cameroon and outside Cameroon? And please specify why. After this question, we're gonna go to a break.
Okay, first of all,
Yes, sir.
actually, my influence is bigger than that of Cameroon. Like, yeah, because like there is hip hop in French Africa before JOVI and after JOVI. And let me explain this, because Cameroon, part of Cameroon being like in the whole picture is because, you know, I'm from Cameroon.
Yes.